All right, this is Greg with Liberty Figs and Apiary. I am at the Vented Hive. I brought down some frames and they have started to go crazy over there. They're robbing that out like crazy. I hope I didn't start something that I'm gonna regret. I put 2 of the frames on the new hive, and I might take those 2 honey frames and put them on each one of these 2 hives. The one thing I didn't put on that one was a pollen patty, but they have quite a bit of pollen on it. This one I put a pollen patty on 2 weeks ago and the pollen patty was gone. So I am gonna put more on that one. So let's go ahead and get into this hive and see where that leaves us. A little smoke at the front just to say hello. Let them know we're coming. All right, I do have a pollen patty here, so don't let me forget that. All right, I have been feeding them and they are taking all of it down. So I will give them some more. I will give them some more food. I built this box. I ordered this fan from Amazon, I think for, I don't know, 20 bucks. Installed it on here. It's got a little solar panel in the front, so when the afternoon sun is beating down on it, it pulls some of the heat from below. I don't know how necessary it is, but it looked like a neat idea. So I went ahead and it's got a honey super on here. I put another deep box with some drawn out, some stuff for them to do. Let's see how they're doing. This is a new frame. Doesn't look like they're doing much to it just yet. Just want to see kind of how heavy these frames are. Looks like they are putting some nectar in there. This frame is getting drawn out, so they are drawing that out. That's great. I do not have a queen excluder on here at all, so the queen is free to go wherever she wants. This frame is very heavy and very filled with honey and nectar. I could definitely harvest that frame. This has got quite a bit of nectar and even a little bit of capped honey. Heavy frame. Starting to draw that one out. That is great to see. All right, let's take this box off and see what they've done with the box underneath it. That box is pretty heavy. Heavier than I would have thought. All right, let's make sure you can see what we're doing. Let me get the frame rest. All right, last week when I was doing this one, I kept getting my big fat head in the way, so sorry about that. All right, they're not doing anything with that frame. All right, I guess I had more empty frames in this one than I thought, which means I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, they got that one drawn out. They're drawing that one out, which means I'm gonna put one of these frames on there. I gotta shake off the bees. It's a frenzy. Oh, they strip it quick. Those frames were pretty heavy. They're not heavy anymore. All right, I put a frame of brood up here to see if I couldn't encourage the queen to come up a little. Won't know if she's done that until I... Oh, yes, she has. This frame has got larvae all over it. Wow. Wow. This side, I don't see anything. I'm surprised I didn't see the queen on the other side. I don't see anything on this side, but this side is filled with eggs and larvae. So she's moved up into this top box, drawn out that frame. Nothing with that one yet. Here's a frame that's got a little bit drawn out on it. I think I'm going to put that last frame. I don't know if I should put it in the other hive. I'm afraid that it may cause some trouble. And that hive won't be able to defend itself. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But this hive is ready to be will be ready to be closed up, but I want to take a look at that bottom box first. Again, don't let me forget to put a pollen patty in here. A lot of bees in there. A lot of bees, looking good. All right, this frame is pretty light. But plenty of room for her to lay in. Plenty of room for her to lay. I've already taken quite a bit of resources from this hive already. So I think I'm gonna take it easy on them for a little bit. All right, we got quite a bit of brood on this frame. It looks like eggs. Let me get the flashlight and take a peek. No, she doesn't have this back. Well, no, it doesn't look like she's got this backfilled yet. Maybe she does. Golly, it's so hard to tell sometimes. They look like eggs, but I don't know if I'm imagining it. I don't know. So hard to tell sometimes. All right, a lot of pollen, a lot of brood. All right, looks like just about everything has emerged from this side. I definitely see some milk brood, and I see what I believe is eggs. Okay, she's been all over this frame. She's been all over that frame. All right, this is a nice frame of brood. I think that this is a donated frame that I put in there. Look at that sheet. That looks beautiful. All right, she's doing a great job. All right, here's an empty frame which they can work on, and looks like they are. And that frame too. I'm not even going to go to the outside frame, but what I am going to do is I'm going to mark these frames as being this year frames. Not 100% sure why, or if that will be important later on. I don't know. But this hive continues to look phenomenal. It's been phenomenal since I got it from Ashby. It looks great. I think I've donated 3 frames out of it. And it still looks terrific. All right, let's get this put back together. All right, get a little smoke. Get these girls off of there. Come on. You got to get out of the way, otherwise you'll get smushed. I don't want you to get smushed. I might put a clean excluder on there at some point, but not now. I don't want to do anything to discourage her from coming up top. What I do want to do is put a piece of pollen patty on here. Let's turn it around. I'm going to get some sugar water on here. Let me go ahead and I'll turn the camera off. I'll go do that. And then we'll go to the queenless hive next. This is Greg with Liberty Figs and Apiary. Take care.